Alright guys, welcome to this week's episode. This week's a bit of a compilation of different things that we've been doing.
We got lots of good fun stuff. We've got underwater stuff, we've got projects, and also there's a bit of sad news from something that happened here in Luperon. So stay tuned guys, enjoy this week's episode.
Hi, we are Erica and Davy, an adventurous, slightly crazy couple who has taken on the challenge that is a hurricane-damaged catamaran. We have come so far and are beyond happy to be floating once more. Subscribe to our channel to follow our journey. Take a chance. You never know how perfect something may turn out to be.
So we ran the engine this morning just to boost the power a little bit. We're doing a few little changes with solar, which you'll see in upcoming episodes. So we've had to boost a little bit of power using the alternators, the new 80 amp alternators. And this morning when we started, we heard the boat, it was running for a bit. We're getting getting 50, like, 60 amps.
We were getting like 60 amps, I think, and then all of a sudden it
and then we got an alarm.
Yeah.
So obviously we stopped it when you get an alarm. Just been down to the engine room to check, and that's what's left of the belt.
That's terrible.
That belt is only 2 weeks old.
So it's one of the ones we bought here when we first got here.
I think it could be a quality issue, to be honest. You get what you can find here, which we're appreciative of, but I think what we're going to have to do is jump on the internet and find some slightly higher quality belts.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've got a small handful of these, so I'm going to find another one, just so we can install it and run that engine, check everything else was alright.
So we've done a few changes around here, and we had to take one solar panel off so we could do a little bit of stuff. So our solar's not very good at the moment.
Solar's
so
not all connected.
We need to put one more panel back up on top of the hardtop. And
once I've changed this, I'm actually going to run over. We've managed to get hold of 3 second-hand panels. They're hard panels, 160 watts a piece. And Greg's on the way back.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a solar controller as well. So we're going to have a little bit more solar power. So hopefully less running of the engine and the generator very shortly.
Which means less belts.
Which means less belts as well. But I'm glad, to be honest, to find this out now instead of in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, because we had to change them like every second when we came here, and we had to change them.
I'm going to pop back down. I'm going to pop downstairs to see if I can find a spare bag.
All right.
Trying to work out which one's the right one now.
Well, we got so many because there was some on the boat when we got the boat.
I think that's the same as that one.
Hey, Foxos. How are you feeling? Oh, you're so cute.
I'm going to try this big chunky one. I don't know where we got it from.
Did it come with the boat?
I'm going to try this one. If not, I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go with one of these two. But most of them will actually work now, guys. Because when we first arrived here, Domingo's actually here right now. He's supplying us with water. He made new brackets for our alternators so that we could put different size belts on. If you can't find the right one, when it's the bracket that comes with the motor, if you like, itself will only allow you to put the nominated belt number on. But with this new bracket, we can actually put slightly longer belts on, that sort of stuff. We have a bit more to play with. So I'm going to try with these. They're both about the same size. One's a bit more chunky. Might last longer. So we'll jump down there and have a try.
So yeah, guys, a few episodes ago we did show you that we were using the water maker to make some water here, which is fantastic. It works perfectly, but sometimes here the tide isn't in our favor. So we only want to make water when it's an incoming tide. We don't want to do it when it's an outgoing. There's so many boats behind me, obvious reasons. And this week the tides have kind of been off. It hasn't really worked for making water here. So we did get 20 bottles of water. So they are filling those into the boat right now. We'll top back up, and then maybe next week the tides will be back with us and we can make a little bit of water. But it's really not that expensive. And when they come and put it into the tank for you, it makes life really easy. How'd the chunky one go?
No, the chunky one wouldn't go on. It was too chunky. So maybe a stretch in an emergency. I'm not going to get it off the boat. I might be able to force it over. But since we've got other size belts, I think I'm going to stick with the ones that will go on with a better adjustment. So give me a sec, guys. It's a bit dark down here anyway. You can't really see what I'm doing.
It's a busy morning around here. There's a bit of filming.
I'm good, yes. You both. I'm very well, happy, and you both.
Hey, Foxos.
Hey.
Good morning, guys. So we are going diving again this morning. One of our friends has a carbon fiber monofin. It's like a mermaid fin. So I'm going to give that a go this morning and see if I can swim in the right way to get it to work for me. So let's see what that's like.
I'm not good at it. Is that just recording? Yeah.
Alright, so after a lot of fun trying to get into the dinghy with that monofin on and trying to be a mermaid, we did go for a scuba dive, and this was one of the best days. The visibility was amazing. We found so many fish. It was fantastic. So it was one of the best dives we've been on here in Luperon. Like we said earlier, this week has been a compilation of so many different things. We've been diving, we've been fixing engine belts, and we helped our friends with their restaurant. They wanted a little bit of help painting, so hopefully they'll be able to open very soon. So this brings us to our favorite part of the week. There was dolphins inside the bay swimming close to the boat. Speaking to some friends who've been here longer than we have, this doesn't happen very often, but we have actually seen the dolphins twice in the past 2 weeks. I hopped on the paddleboard to see if I could say hello, but they weren't too interested in me. And here brings us to our least favorite part of the week. You can see there is a fire, and it is on a boat. One of the cruisers here in the harbour, he has lost everything this week. Luckily, he did manage to get off the boat. The fire started around 5 a.m. and the boat actually sunk by around 6:37 a.m. So it didn't take very long. If you do live on a boat, take this moment to think about your fire protection plan. Have a ditch bag, have just some plan in place, because it does happen very quickly once the fire starts. A couple things you can do is check the batteries in your fire alarms and the dates on your fire extinguishers to make sure everything is up and running. We're so sorry this happened, Brock, and we're praying for you and hoping all the best for you in the future.
Good morning, guys. So today's the day we're going to actually start trying to throw up a bit of extra solar on the boat. Well, actually maybe put up the runners and the rails. We've got some aluminium that we're going to put on top of the hardtop. Let's have a little look at the hardtop, shall we, guys? It's looking a little bit better. So this panel is going to be removed. Let's jump up. This panel is going to be removed here. Is that why I say removed? It's probably better to say it's actually going to be turned around. And we have 3 more of these. So we can be 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all 160 watt panels. And then on the back there, we're gonna still have a lot of real estate. So we've got just invested in an extra panel, 400 watt panel. So on the top here, we're gonna have lots and lots of panels. And also these 3 here that we've got, the flexible panels, their new job is going to just purely to be for the blue tea, because we still love using this thing. It's fantastic. So to keep it permanently charged up, they're going to have their own dedicated panels, and everything else that's on the hard top here is going to be straight for the house bank. So this should be fun. It should be interesting. We shouldn't have to use the generator anymore unless we get 3 or 4, maybe 5 days of cloudy weather. That's what we're hoping for. Anyway, guys, let's step down from here. I've got another surprise for you. Alright, guys, not sure if you can see that, but who's behind me? I think we've got a visitor. Greg. Greg's come back to see us. He was wearing his brand new Barefoot Sail and Dive t-shirt this morning, so we've had to name him Scuba Steve, as he decided to jump off the end of the dock and miss the dinghy. Do you want to explain anything different about that?
Oh no, I stepped into the dinghy and sat down. I sat down so fast I bounced right up
Bounced
over
right
head,
off.
feet right over the head.
Anyway, so welcome back to Greg. He's given us a hand here with this installation, and yeah, let's crack on and see what we can get done today.
Forward visual progress.
Woohoo! All right, so one of the first jobs that we're doing, excuse the noise, but Greg's a noisy bugger. So what we're going to do, we're going to along here, turn this around. So along here where the hardtop joins together, I've just roughly bolted it together so we could get out of the boatyard. We've got the new hardware to actually, we're going to put a silicone sealant or a type of caulking inside here, and we're going to bolt it together with lots and lots of bolts. That's step 1. After that, we need to do a slight adjustment. This one needs to be slightly higher by about 5 centimeters, and I need to take some pressure off of this point here. So we're going to do some of this, and then once we got this done, the caulking can dry. We'll cut the long lengths of aluminium that are going to go on the top of the roof. After that, we're going to go to shore and we're going to make all the L brackets. So I'll chuck a time lapse on and let's see if we can get this thing bolted together properly.
So this week's been a lot of ups and downs, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Fox is telling you to
Fox is saying subscribe in little puppy language.
So stay tuned for next week's episode, guys. Hopefully next week we will be getting that solar up onto the hardtop.
We'll be completed by then, I promise. I promise, Greg, it will be completed.
Cheers, guys. Stay tuned.
Alright, stay tuned.
Someone else is falling in today too.
Give him a second, he got his leg on it.
Oh, is he okay?
You got the ladder for this, or?
No, we haven't got a ladder. You start with a welcome.
Welcome to this week's episode, guys. This week...
Oh, I trod on you. Sorry, babe. That's a good blooper, though. Go on, start again. Just pinch me in the back when it's my turn to talk.
Alright, well, anyway, gotcha, right.
We might have to refilm that.